Are you serious now, bro? October 2022. Speed was on stream opening FIFA Ultimate Team packs. Nothing about the session stood out. Just him, his chat, and a string of disappointing results. The problem was that the same type of player kept showing up every time a new pack opened. Spanish players, back to back. Speed warned chat. One more, and he was done with the game.
Bro, I literally got all the Mexican good players, bro. Like what else? If I get another Mexican player, I'm getting off this game, bro. I swear.
One more came.
Are you serious right now, bro? Like, are you serious right now? All these Mexican players!
He did not scream, he did not flip his desk. He leaned into the camera slowly, eyes completely empty, his face completely drained of any remaining hope, paused for a second, and then delivered the line that would follow him for years. Are you serious right now, bro? Not now, meow. The word meow is what changed everything. That one drawn-out mispronunciation of now made the whole moment land differently from every other frustration clip online. It was specific, it was unintentional, and it was impossible to forget. Creators turned it into a green screen template almost immediately. TikTok and YouTube ran with it. By 2023, it was one of the most used reaction clips on the internet, paired with any situation involving disbelief or disappointment. Lip Challenge, September 2022. Speed was streaming, talking to his chat, doing what he does. Then someone in chat said he should try the Kylie Jenner Lip Challenge.
Yo, I just seen somebody say, do the Kylie Jenner Lip Challenge, y'all. Should I do that, bro? Let me know. I always wanted to do that as a kid. And I can't believe somebody just said that.
For anyone unfamiliar, the challenge involves placing a small jar or bottle over your lips and sucking in air to create suction, which temporarily plumps the lips. Speed saw the suggestion, and instead of brushing it off, he took it seriously. He told chat he had always wanted to try it as a kid and asked if he should do it.
Should I do that, bro? Let me know. I always wanted to do that as a kid. And I can't believe somebody just said that.
Chat said yes. Minutes later, he was ready. He placed the jar over his lips and began sucking in air. After one or two tries, he had the jar fixed firmly on his lips and, as chat noted, he held it there for at least 3 full minutes. When he removed it, the result was there, but not quite as dramatic as he wanted.
Chat, did they get bigger or not? Like, Chad, it didn't even work. It didn't even work. I should have, bro. I know I should have did it longer, bro. Like, chat, y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about, bro. Yo, chat, should we do it again longer? They didn't even get bigger. They're literally the same size, bro. Literally, chat, I swear on my life, they're literally the same size.
So he decided to go again. This time, he used a smaller jar. This time, he held it for 15 minutes. When he finally removed it after 15 minutes, the result was unlike anything chat had seen. His lips were completely swollen, pumped beyond anything natural. The rest of that stream was Speed crying, drooling, unable to process what he had done to himself, sitting in shock before eventually ending the broadcast. The world had been given a meme that it was never going to let die. What made this one land so hard was the commitment. Speed did not do the challenge halfway. He went back for a second round with a smaller jar and held it for 15 minutes. He gave everything to the bit, and the result was visible on his face for the rest of the night. The internet rewarded that fully. My mom is homeless. Now, the next 3 memes all happened in the exact same stream. December 29th, 2021. Speed was on Fortnite doing 1v1s with fans, which on paper sounds like a completely routine stream. What nobody could have predicted was that this single session would produce 3 separate viral meme templates that would still be circulating years later. 2 fans joined, and from the beginning they were not playing it straight. They had come with a strategy. energy. Instead of just playing the game, they began using emotional and extreme statements as a tactic, talking about ending it all, referencing dark situations, saying things designed to put Speed in an impossible position where reacting would look wrong and not reacting would also look wrong.
Speed, I will slip my stop. Okay, stop.
When you stopped streaming, that's when I bought the gun. Remember, you stopped streaming for 2 days. I bought the guns. I was about to end it, but you started streaming again.
Speed, to his credit, took it seriously at first and tried to be respectful, but then one of them said it.
Please, Speed, I need this. My mom is kind of homeless. I live with my dad. I want to help her out. Speed, I'm watching the stream while you try not to laugh, bro. That's disrespectful as shit, bro. The fuck is wrong with you, bro? Stop fucking laughing, bro. Look at you smiling, bro. You disrespectful as shit, bro. You don't like your face?
Speed's face in that moment became the meme. He was trying so hard not to laugh. You could see the internal war happening in real time. The awareness that this was supposed to be a serious moment, fighting against the sheer absurdity of how the whole thing was unfolding. His expression was caught somewhere between concern, confusion, and suppressed laughter. And that tension is what made it so expressive. What is remarkable about this meme is how long it sat before the internet found it. The stream happened in December 2021. It did not blow up until late 2023, and by 2024, it had gone fully viral across Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Fans began making their own versions of the face. The stream itself was listed on IMDb with a rating of 9.9. People wrote reviews calling it one of the most important streams in internet history. All of that from a moment where Speed did not even fully react. He just sat there and held it in. That restraint ended up being funnier than any explosion could have been. Watches. Still inside the same December 29th stream, another moment was quietly happening that nobody paid much attention to at the time. Two of the fans in the session got into an argument with each other.
I said I will. I said I will. I said I will. I said I. Are you slow? Are you slow?
I'm slow.
Are you slow?
Please, this is really like.
Are you slow?
Like, shut up, nigga.
Speed was not involved. He was not mediating, not reacting loudly, not making it about himself. He just sat there, held his chin, nodded slowly, and watched.
Like I don't lie and shit. Like right now I'm pissed, nigga. Like I'm not even trolling, nigga. Like that shit is fake, Speed. I'm pissed at you, Speed. This nigga is showing you that, and the other niggas I was saying he was getting called the N-word. Those niggas are lying, Speed.
That was it. He just watched. The clip sat completely untouched for years. Nobody built a meme out of it. Nobody clipped it. It just existed inside a stream that people had already forgotten about. Then, in late 2025, when the "My Mom is Homeless" meme went fully viral, people started going back into that same stream looking for more moments. They found this one. The image of Speed just sitting there watching, completely unbothered, with that quiet expression on his face, started showing up on TikTok and Instagram as a reaction image. The word "watches" above his head. By early 2026, it was one of the most used reaction GIFs on the internet. And Speed did not do a single thing to create it. He just watched two people argue. Side-eye. The third meme from the same stream came after the 1v1 concluded. When Speed asked one of the fans for their Cash App to send them something after winning, his face shifted into a look that was impossible to ignore. It was not anger. It was not confusion. It was a very specific side-eye. The kind of look someone gives when they are taking in information and quietly forming an opinion about it.
Q U
R
R
A
N
TVV. Capital TVV.
Quan Antrim, that's you? Quan Antrim?
Yeah, bro, that's me, bro.
Alright, bet, bro. Hopefully it go through, bro.
The look was noticeable enough that it got clipped on its own, separate from everything else happening in the stream. It grew into a famous reaction image on TikTok and Instagram, used in comment sections everywhere for moments that required that exact energy. Skeptical, quiet, observant. KSI forehead. Speed and KSI have one of the most entertaining dynamics in the entire creator space. When the two of them got together for a collab stream, nobody expected it to be a quiet or calm affair, and it was not. From the moment they were on camera together, Speed was already locked in. He looked at KSI's outfit and did not hold back.
Good, bro.
How's it going?
Oh, I'm hyped.
How's it
I'm
going?
excited. You got random shit everywhere.
Shit.
I'm buzzing, man.
What the fuck is this drip though, bro?
No, look at me, man.
This nigga came to Miami dressing like this.
Jeez.
This isn't fucking Disney Channel, bro. Like what the fuck is...
What Disney Channel?
Bro, nobody dresses like this, bro.
KSI sat there and took it, which was already enough to make the stream entertaining on its own. But the moment that produced the meme came shortly after. Speed asked KSI to remove his bandana. KSI took it off, and what happened next was not planned, not performed, and not something Speed could have faked if he tried. He looked at KSI's head and completely lost it.
Bro, all eyes on you, bro. All eyes on you.
All right, okay. Yep, this is... Okay. Yep.
He tried to hold the laughter in for a moment, visibly fighting it, but it was a battle he was never going to win. He just started laughing, uncontrollably. KSI sat there, fully exposed, embarrassed on camera in front of a massive live audience, while Speed laughed like he had never seen anything funnier in his life. That reaction became one of the most iconic meme templates in Speed's entire catalog. Not because it was mean-spirited, but because it was completely genuine. Speed was not performing a roast. He was not setting up a punchline. He just saw something, reacted to it honestly, and the internet took that moment and ran with it. The funnier person in that room was not the one trying to be funny. He was just reacting. That is the thing about Speed that makes his memes different from other creators. You cannot manufacture a laugh like that. Say Wallahi. The Roblox stream that produced the Say Wallahi meme was not supposed to be anything special. Speed was just on Roblox, moving around, interacting with the game the way he normally does. Then it happened. He accidentally purchased a Shrek-themed shirt on Roblox for 18 million Robux.
Now, are we friends?
No.
At the conversion rate, that translated to approximately $225,000 in real money. A Shrek shirt, $225,000 gone. His reaction was immediate and total. He could not process it. He turned to his chat and started demanding confirmation that what he was seeing was real. He kept repeating it, kept asking chat to confirm, kept cycling through disbelief at different volumes.
There's no way, bro. There's no way. There's no way, bro. There's no way, bro. There's no way. Stop. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Say you swear to God. Say you swear to God. Put that on Allah. Say put that on Allah. Say wallahi, bro. Say wallahi. Say you swear to God that just happened. I just spent $200,000. $200,000. Say wallahi. Say wallahi. I just spent $200,000 on Roblox.
The word wallahi, which is an Arabic expression meaning I swear to God, became the center of the moment. He was using it as a demand for verification, as if getting chat to say it back would somehow make the situation make sense. The clip got attention after the stream ended, but it was by the end of 2025 that it truly exploded. A brand called No Name, known specifically for naming their products exactly what they are, picked up the phrase and used it in a campaign. After that, it was everywhere. Every streamer started using using it, regular people started using it. It became the phrase people reached for whenever something happened that was so unbelievable it required a sworn confirmation from someone else. All of that started because Speed accidentally spent $225,000 on a Shrek shirt and needed chat to tell him it was real. Just Dance. Speed in video games is always a combination worth paying attention to, but what happened when he picked up Just Dance 2022 was something that nobody predicted. Speed was trying his hand at the game, going through the songs, dancing along, keeping the stream moving. Then Dua Lipa's One Kiss came on. His reaction was immediate.
It better not be no, is this a girl song or not, bro? This better not be no girl song, dog.
But the song was already playing, the routine had started. And here is where it gets interesting. Speed kept going. He kept dancing. He stayed on it even as his face made it very clear that something inside him was not at peace with the situation. The frustration was building visibly with every second he spent dancing to a song he had already announced he was not sure about. Then the chorus hit.
One kiss is all it takes.
Falling in love with me.
Fucking shit on my motherfucking screen. The fuck?
And right after that line landed, Speed kicked. Like the song had personally offended him, and that specific lyric was the final straw his body refused to absorb. One kiss is all it takes became one kick is all it takes in a matter of seconds. The transition was so sudden and so committed that nobody in chat saw it coming. That is exactly why it worked. The chorus triggered it, the lyric did it. He just snapped at precisely the right moment, and the internet caught it perfectly. Ballon d'Or. Speed's relationship with Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the most well-documented things about him as a creator. He has made his admiration completely clear on multiple occasions. So when he was invited to attend the Ballon d'Or Awards in October 2023, the entire internet knew what was at stake. If Ronaldo won, Speed would give the world something unforgettable. And if Ronaldo did not win, Speed would also give the world something unforgettable. Ronaldo did not win. When the winner was announced and it was not Ronaldo, the devastation on Speed's face was immediate and complete. That was all he could say.
The 2023 Ballon d'Or France footballer is Lionel Messi.
What? What?
When Messi came on stage to collect the award, Speed made sure everyone in that room felt how he felt about it. The clip spread globally within hours. The face he made became a meme template for disappointment at the highest level. The kind of loss that you did not see coming even though you probably should have. Then he was invited back in October 2024. This time, Ronaldo was not nominated, so Speed was supporting Vinicius Jr. But before that result even came, the 2024 ceremony gave the internet 2 more memes. At one point during the show, as the host was speaking, the camera caught Speed looking completely and utterly bored. The expression was so specific and so visible that it became its own reaction image immediately. Then came what many people consider the most iconic moment of the whole night. Speed was seated next to Abanos, another streamer. After almost an hour of sitting beside Speed in full speed mode, Abanos turned and the eye contact between the two of them produced one of the most perfectly timed and widely shared images of the year. No words needed, just two people making eye contact in a way that said everything.
Es un club único y también que se lleve estos reconocimientos es brutal. Nada, se lo vemos, yo sobre todo el Barça, que me lo ha dado todo desde que tengo 13, 14 años y bien.
And then Vinicius lost. Speed's stream lagged at the exact moment the result was announced, and the internet was robbed of what might have been the greatest reaction of the evening. One ceremony, multiple memes, a global audience watching every single expression on his face. Speed's emotions run at full volume with no filter, and when the setting is big enough, the whole world is watching. Sooie. March 2022, Speed was on Fortnite, streaming normally, full energy, talking to chat the way he always does. Nothing about the session was set up for a historic moment. Then, a text-to-speech donation came through. Bradley donated £1.79 and asked a simple question.
Hey man, turning 5, bro. Happy birthday to you, bro.
Bradley donated £1.79 through Super Chat. What soccer football team do you support?
Speed did not stop what he was doing. He did not turn to the camera, he just answered, casually, still focused on the game. And then he kept playing. He had no idea what he had just done.
What soccer football team do you support?
Cristiano Ronaldo, Sooie. Simple as that, bro.
The word he was going for was "Soo," Ronaldo's famous celebration shout, an expression meaning yes, typically delivered by Ronaldo himself with a specific spin and arm motion after scoring. But the way it came out of Speed's mouth, loud, unfiltered, slightly mispronounced, with that particular energy, it became Sooie. And Sooie was somehow funnier, more distinct, and more memorable than the original. The Sooie became globally recognizable. People who had never watched a single Speed stream knew what it was and where it came from. What makes this one particularly special is the full circle moment that came later. Speed eventually met Bradley, the person who sent that £1.79 donation and asked that one simple question. Speed thanked him. He told him directly that the donation had changed his life.
Bradley, give me a hug, Bradley. Bradley, this is you.
This is me.
You know, you're the reason why I'm sitting in this chair right now, bro.
It's all down to you. I won't lie to you.
Just give me another hug, Bradley. Thank you, Bradley.
Still never seen Ronaldo.
Sometimes I need hugs, bro.
Still never seen him.
£1.79. One question, one unscripted answer. That is all it took to create something the entire internet still uses today. Superman. July 2023 was a significant month for Speed by any measure. In the space of a few weeks, he graduated, he met Cristiano Ronaldo, and he was sitting in front of his stream knowing he was about to hit 18 million subscribers. Any one of those things on its own would have been worth celebrating. All three happening in the same month made the 18 million milestone feel like the punctuation mark on one of the best periods of his life. As he sat waiting to hit the number, his fan base decided to make it interesting. Fans started dropping subscriptions and then pulling them back just before the count reached 18 million, specifically to extend his reactions and keep him in that anticipation loop for as long as possible. Speed knew what was happening. He was reacting to every near miss in real time, which was its own kind of entertainment. Then, the number actually hit. He reached 18 million subscribers, and his reaction was completely unhinged in the best possible way. The celebration that followed was so over the top, so fully committed, so entirely Speed, that it became a template for how the internet marks milestone moments.
Eat some dickens. Ah!
That reaction said more about who he is as a creator than any prepared statement ever could. Wake up meme. In March 2022, Speed did a sleep stream. The concept is straightforward. The creator goes to sleep on camera while the stream stays live. What made Speed's sleep stream different was his mod team, who had clearly decided that their entire job that night was to make sure he did not get a single moment of uninterrupted rest. Every time he started to drift off, they would play something through the stream audio and jolt him awake. This went on throughout the entire night. Most of those moments were funny in a standard way. Speed waking up startled, reacting loudly, then trying to go back to sleep. But one moment stood above everything else from that stream. At one point, something played through the audio that Speed immediately and genuinely believed was something inappropriate. His eyes opened, his face shifted into an expression of complete shock, and then he said absolutely nothing. No scream, no explosion, no dramatic reaction, just silence and that face, frozen, processing, unable to fully respond to what he thought he had just heard. That silence was the meme. In a catalog full of Speed screaming, Speed shouting, Speed reacting at maximum volume to everything, a moment where he was too shocked to make a sound stood out completely. The restraint, even if it was involuntary, made it funnier than anything louder could have been. Ohio scared. Speed was playing Fears to Fathom, Ironbark Lookout. At one point in the game, the situation required him to hide under a bed while an intruder moved through the room. What happened next was not a performance. Speed was genuinely terrified. You could see it completely. He covered his mouth with both hands, his eyes went wide, and he sat there frozen, trying not to make a sound, as if the intruder in the game could actually hear him through the screen. The clip existed after the stream. People saw it, it was acknowledged, and then it sat there for almost 2 full years without becoming anything significant. Then, in late 2025, TikTok found it. Someone converted it into a black and white reaction image and started using it in comment sections for situations where someone was desperately trying to hold something in. Laughter, information, a reaction, anything. The image worked perfectly for it. That face, those wide eyes, those 2 hands covering his mouth, communicated exactly the right energy for 100 different situations. Anyways, that is it for today. Like, subscribe if you are new, and let me know in the comments which meme on this list is your favorite. I will see you in the next one. Peace.